Last time we had discussed all the different types of errors and their estimation. Today we will study combination of errors and thereafter significant figures. Combination of errors. In this topic we study the different cases. First one is error of a sum or a difference, which we refer. Suppose there are two physical quantities A and B, and A plus minus delta A and B plus minus delta B are the errors, that is plus minus delta A and plus minus delta B introduced in the measured values of physical quantities A and B. Now here it's given delta A and delta B are their absolute errors. Now we want to find error delta Z in the sum. The resultant capital Z equal to A plus B, and by addition we have Z plus minus delta Z, which is equal to A. We have to add these two terms, A plus minus delta A plus B plus minus delta B, which is equal to A plus B bracket plus minus delta A plus minus delta B, which has not been written in the description, but four terms, A plus B, again I repeat, into bracket plus minus delta A plus minus delta B, and hence the maximum possible error in Z will be equal to delta Z equal to delta A plus delta B, which has been tick marked. Now we take the rule for subtraction, that is for the difference Z equal to A minus B, and in the same way we subtract the two measured values from, that is from A to B. Which is equal to A minus B bracket plus minus delta A plus minus delta B. Hence plus minus delta Z equal to plus minus delta A plus minus delta B. So the maximum value will be equal to again delta A plus delta B. In short, in addition or in subtraction, both absolute errors are always added in the maximum value, that is maximum possible error in Z, and hence the rule is when two quantities are added or subtracted, the absolute error is the sum of the absolute errors, in the individual quantities. This rule will be important for solving numericals. Now illustrated sums we take. First one is example 2.8, which you refer. Can be asked for 1 or 2 marks. The temperatures of two bodies measured by a thermometer are T1 equal to 20 degrees Celsius plus minus 0.5 degree centigrade, and T2 equal to 50 degrees centigrade plus minus 0.5 degree centigrade. Calculate the temperature difference and the error therein. Two things we have to calculate, temperature difference and the error therein. So the answer has to be written together in this. Plus minus means that denotes absolute error in the physical quantity. Now we refer the solution, which is T dash, that is the temperature difference, equal to T2 minus T1. Here T1 is given 20 degrees centigrade plus minus the given absolute error, and T2 equal to 50 degree centigrade plus minus the absolute error. So the first observation T2 and T1, second observation T2 is substituted 50 degree plus minus 0.5 degree centigrade minus 20 degree centigrade plus minus 0.5 degree centigrade, that is the value of T1. This on simplification, degree centigrade, that is the temperature difference without error, has to be calculated 50 minus 20, that is equal to 30 degree centigrade plus minus. Now error is always added, absolute error added, as we have seen in the previous rule. So 0.5 plus 0.5, that is equal to 1. Hence final answer will be equal to T dash equal to 30 degree centigrade plus minus 1 degree C, that is centigrade. That is the final answer with absolute error. Now B part. Error of a product or a quotient. Suppose Z equal to AB is the product and the measured values of A and B are A plus minus delta A and B plus minus delta B. Then Z plus minus delta Z equal to 2 measured values are multiplied and we get 4 terms, that is equal to AB, which has been underlined, plus minus A delta B. If you multiply in the same order, that is first and third term together and then second and fourth term together, in all you will get 4 terms like this. Now dividing LHS by Z and RHS by AB. LHS by Z, because it is the, that side is containing Z terms and RHS is containing AB terms. So dividing LHS by Z and RHS by AB, we have this simplification: 1 plus minus delta Z upon Z equal to 1 plus minus delta A upon A plus minus delta B upon B plus minus delta A upon A into delta B upon B. Now the last term, this one, can be neglected because delta and delta B product are very, as the values of delta and delta B are small, their product is very small, which can be neglected, and hence the maximum relative error will be equal to delta Z upon Z equal to delta A upon A plus delta B upon B, and hence the rule when two quantities are multiplied or divided, the relative error in the result is the sum of the relative errors in the multiplier, sum of the relative errors. Here also we have to take the sum of the relative errors. Now next example, that is 2.9. Example 2.9. Just a minute. The resistance R equal to V upon I, where V equal to 100 plus minus 5 volt and I equal to 10 plus minus 0.2 ampere. Find the percentage error in R, that is resistance. Now to calculate the percentage error, that is total percentage error in R, here in V percentage error is 5%, plus minus 5, so 5%, and in the second one, that is I, 0.2 is given, so multiply by 100, which will be equal to 2%. Hence the total error in R would be 5% plus 2%, which is equal to 7%. That is the final answer. This can be asked for 1 mark. Now next example, 2.10, 2.10, 2.10. Two resistors of resistances R1 equal to 100 plus minus 3 ohm and R2 equal to 200 plus minus 4 ohm are connected in series, that is in A part in series, then in B part in parallel. Find the equivalent resistance of the A part series combination, B part parallel combination. Use for series connection, that is relation R equal to R1 plus R2, and for B part 1 upon R dash equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, and delta R dash equal to R dash square equal to delta R1 upon R1 square plus delta R2 upon R2 square. Now those equations have been given here. As such, these formulae have to be remembered by heart, but in 11th standard this formula will be given and you will derive these formulae in standard 12. We refer its solution. In series combination, formula of equivalent resistance is R equal to R1 plus R2. So this is equal to 100 plus minus 3 ohm, that is the value of R1, plus 200 plus minus 4 ohm, which is the value of R2. Now here without errors the sum is done first, that is 100 plus 200, which is equal to 300, plus minus the addition of absolute errors, that is 3 plus 4 equal to 7. Hence R equal to 300 plus minus 7 ohm, which is the final answer. B part. Equivalent resistance formula for parallel combination is R dash equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, where R dash is the equivalent resistance. As such, the formula will be equal to 1 upon R dash equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, which is the main formula. But for two resistors, instead of taking the reciprocal as R dash, directly we write R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, which is equal to 200 R1 R2 value 200 upon R1 plus R2 3 equal to 66.7 ohm. Now this answer has to be correct, then only the other answer which we are to find will be correct. Now this formula is given delta R dash upon R dash square equal to delta R1 upon R1 square plus delta R2 upon R2 square. Therefore delta R dash making as the subject of the equation and cross multiplying equal to R dash square into delta R1 upon R1 square plus R dash square into delta R2 upon R2 square. Now here terms have been slightly reshuffled, and this is equal to, say, delta R1 value we substitute, which is 3, and delta R2 value we substitute, which is 4. So this is equal to, we take up together R dash square upon R1 square, which is equal to 66.7 upon 100, that is the value of R1 given. 66.7 was the previous answer in A part. The whole square into 3 plus 66.7 upon 200 value which has been given of R2, the whole square into 4. On simplifying we get delta R dash equal to 1.8, which has been tick marked. Hence R dash, the equivalent resistance in terms of absolute error, can be expressed as R dash equal to 66.7 plus minus 1.8 ohm, which is the final answer. Now C part, which is another rule of combination of errors. Error in case of a measured quantity raised to a power. Raised to a power means exponent. Suppose z equal to a square. Then, just a minute. If we take z equal to a square, then in terms of error, it will be delta z upon z equal to delta a upon a plus delta a upon a, which is equal to 2 times into bracket delta a upon a. This means that power is taken in coefficient. Always power comes in as coefficient. So in general, if we have z equal to a raised to p into b raised to q upon c raised to this one upon c raised to r upon c raised to r, which is shown here, then delta z upon z will be equal to, p comes in coefficient, so p into delta a upon a plus q into delta b upon b plus r into delta c upon c, which is the answer which has been tick marked. Hence the rule is that the relative error in physical quantity is raised to the power k, raised to power k is k times the relative error. So power k becomes k times the relative error in the individual quantity. Next sum, that is 2.11. Find the, if it is example 2.11, can be asked for 1 mark. Find the relative error in z if z equal to a raised to 4, b raised to 1 upon 3 upon cd raised to 3 by 2. We refer its solution. Relative error in z will be equal to delta z upon z equal to 4, which is the power of a, comes in coefficient, 4 into bracket delta a upon a plus 1 by 3 delta b upon b plus delta c upon c, to be taken note of. Here there is no power, means raised to 1 only. So 1 into delta c upon c, which is equal to delta c upon c plus 3 by 2 into delta d upon d, which is the final answer. Next example, which is 2.12 and important, can be asked for 3 marks. The period of oscillation of a simple pendulum is capital T equal to 2 pi under root L upon G. Measured value of L is 20.0 centimeter, known to 1 millimeter accuracy, and time for 100 oscillations of the pendulum is found to be 90 seconds using a wristwatch of 1 second resolution. What is the accuracy in the determination of G, that is small g? Now we refer its solution. Say from the data we have to calculate small g, which denotes acceleration due to gravity, that is gravitational acceleration. Now the major formula for periodic time in the case of a simple pendulum is given by capital T equal to 2 pi under root L upon G, which I have written besides, and hence making G as the subject of the equation and squaring this equation, G equal to 4 pi square L upon T square, which has been tick marked. Now for capital T we have to substitute the formula as small t upon n. Small t is the time of oscillations and small n is the total number of oscillations. Therefore, if we introduce error delta, that is absolute error, delta t capital equal to delta t small upon n. Therefore, delta t upon t, we take proportionality, delta t upon capital T, both the sides capital letters and on the other side both small letters. Capital T denotes periodic time and small t denotes simple time. So therefore delta t capital upon t capital equal to delta t small upon t small, which has been tick marked. Now the errors in capital L and T are least count errors. Therefore, we use the formula delta G upon G from the original formula which has been tick marked. Delta G upon G equal to delta L upon L plus, now upon T square is there, so 2 will come in coefficient. So plus 2 into delta T upon T. The constant number 4 pi square has to be eliminated. So this is equal to delta L. Now delta L is substituted as 0.1. Why 0.1? Because it is written in the data known to 1 millimeter accuracy. You can refer here, known to 1 millimeter accuracy, which I have underlined. So 1 millimeter, if we convert in centimeter, divided by 1 divided by 10 equal to 0.1 upon L, means length of the pendulum measured value is 20 centimeter given in the data. So 0.1 upon 20 plus 2 times delta t, that is equal to 1, which we substitute because it is written in the data that wristwatch of 1 second resolution, which has been underlined 1s resolution. So delta t value equal to 1 upon capital T, which has been substituted as 90, because in the data it is written that is found to be 90 seconds using a wristwatch. So plus 2 into 1 upon 90, which on simplification leads to 0.027, which has been tick marked. Hence the percentage error in G, that is gravitational acceleration, small g, is in short 0.027 has to be multiplied by 100, which will be equal to 2.7. The previous step can be written directly like this, or you have to multiply LHS and RHS, all the terms, by 100. So this will be equal to 2.7, which is the exact answer, which on rounding up equal to 3% as the final answer. So all the sums, illustrated sums based on errors are over. Now next topic is significant figures. We study the theory of significant figures and side by side certain examples that how many significant figures are there in the given number. The reported result of measurement is a number that includes all digits in the number that are known reliably plus the first digit that is uncertain. So in the measurement, which is a number, reliable digit means certain digit plus first digit which is uncertain together is known as significant number or digits. The first uncertain digit are known as significant digits or significant figures. Just a minute. Again I repeat, in the measured number, reliable plus first digit that is uncertain are known as significant digits or significant figures, generally significant figures. Now, for example, period of oscillations of a simple pendulum is 1.62 seconds, which I have underlined. Here 2 is the first uncertain digit, that is the last digit which is uncertain, which I have encircled. So 1 and 6 are reliable, that is certain, while 2 is uncertain, and hence the measured value has 3 significant figures. Here the total number of significant figures are 3, 1, 6 and 2 all. Now next example we considering several rules one by one. Different units does not change the number of significant digits. Different units does not change the number of significant figures. Say for example, the length given is 2.308 centimeter. Now how many significant figures are there? Then the answer is 4. But if different units are considered, say here centimeter is given, if we convert centimeter into meter, means divided by 100, then it will be equal to 0.02308 meter. If we convert in millimeter, means multiply by 10, then it will be equal to 23.08 millimeter. And if we convert it into micrometer, means multiply by centimeter to meter, multiply by 10 raised to minus 2, and from meter to micrometer it will be 10 raised to 6. So 6 minus 2, that is equal to 4. So centimeter to meter, first 10 raised to minus 2, meter to micrometer 10 raised to 6, so multiply by 10 raised to 4, that is equal to 23080 micrometer. Now in all these cases, the significant figures in all those units are 4 in number. There are totally 4 significant figures, that is 2, 3, 0 and 8 only. Even though the units change, the number of significant figures remain same. Now different rules we see one by one. all the non-zero digits are significant. Later on we will study with the help of examples. The rules will be more clear. Non-zero digits significant. Next one, all the zeros between two non-zero digits are significant, no matter where the decimal point is, if at all. So whether there is decimal point or not, in short, all the zeros between two non-zero digits are significant. Next one, if the number is less than 1, say, we see the example here, that is 0.002308. Means in this particular case, the zeros on right of decimal point but to the left of the first non-zero digit are not significant. Means here in the example 0.00, before that 0 is there, means that is on the left hand side, which has not to be considered. There may be any number of zeros before that. If it is greater than 0, then only it has to be considered, otherwise here in this case not. After 0, the two zeros which have been underlined are not significant, So here also significant figures will be totally 4, that is 2, 3, 0 and 8. Now next rule, the trailing zeros in a number without a decimal point are not significant. Terminal or trailing zeros. Trailing zeros without decimal, not significant, which we have seen previously in the case of units. Here also we consider units example. Say 123 meter equal to 12300 centimeter equal to 123,000 millimeter. Now 2 zeros in centimeter, 2 and 3 zeros in millimeter, they are not significant. Hence the total number of significant figures in all the three cases are 3 only. Next rule, the trailing zeros in a number with a decimal point are significant. Previously trailing zeros we considered without decimal point. Now in the case of decimal point, the trailing zeros are significant. Say for example, in the number 3.500 or 0.06900. Now first case we consider the last two zeros, they are significant. So these two zeros plus 3 and 5, totally there are 4 significant figures. How many? 4. 3, 5, 0 and 0. While in the other case, the 0 after point, that is point 0, which has been encircled, is not significant, while the last two zeros are significant. So here also totally there are 4 significant figures, which are 6, 9, 0 and 0. Now second rule, apart from those rules, we refer with the help of examples. Of trailing zeros. Example 4.700 is the observation of a length. Now suppose in this we change the units. 4.700 meter equal to 470 centimeter. If you multiply by 100, then it will be equal to 470.0 centimeter equal to 4700 millimeter. If you multiply meter by 1000, so equal to 4700 millimeter equal to, if you divide meter by 1000 or multiply by 10 raised to minus 3, so which will be equal to 0.004700 kilometer. Now all these cases we have 4 significant figures. Why is it so? Say first one, if you change the units, first one we consider, that is last number in a has trailing zeros in a number with no decimal. We would conclude above observations that the number has 2 significant figures. First one, 4.700 meter. Now in this case, trailing zeros with number is with decimal. Now here the 2 zeros will be significant, so it has 4 significant figures. And in all the cases the zeros 470.0, after this 0.0 the units are changed, so 47 and 2 zeros, again significant, 4 significant figures. 4700 to 4 figures, so 47 and 00, so again 4 significant figures. And the last one here, which is important, which is given in kilometer, 0.00, these 2 zeros after 0 they are not significant, while the last 2 zeros will be significant, that is 47 and the last 2 zeros again, so totally 4. So in all these 4 cases total number of significant figures are 4. Third one, now we represent this in scientific notation, because the best way is to report every measurement in scientific notation. Scientific notation means in the power of 10. In this notation every number is expressed as a into 10 raised to b. Now what is a here? A is a number between 1 and 10, while b is any positive or negative exponent, that is power. B is any positive or negative power. Say we refer this example, 4.700 meter equal to 4.700 multiplied by 10 raised to 2 centimeter. We have converted the unit from meter to centimeter multiplying by 10 raised to 2, because 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. So this is equal to 4.700 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 millimeter, 1 power more from centimeter to millimeter, so 10 raised to 3 millimeter. And from meter to again kilometer conversion, multiply by 10 raised to minus 3, so 4.700 into 10 raised to minus 3 kilometer. Now in all the cases 10 raised to power is irrelevant. What so may be the power, it is irrelevant to determine significant figures. Means 10 raised to power is not considered for counting significant figures. Now all these rules we have seen in the case of the examples previously. Last one, Say for example, if we consider the formula r equal to d by 2, where r is the radius of a material like sphere and d is its diameter. Now, or s equal to 2 pi r, which s stands for surface area, r is the radius. Then in both the formulae, 2 is a factor, it is an exact number, so it can be written as 2.0, 2.00, whatsoever zeros may be placed after 2. Similarly, in the formula capital T equal to T upon N, which we have already seen in the numerical previously, where N is an exact number. Generally, it stands for number of oscillations, which is an exact number. So, those exact numbers have not to be considered in the calculations for significant figures. Now, rules for mathematical operations. First one, rules for arithmetic operations with significant figures. The final result should not have more significant figures than the original data from which it was obtained. In short, final result should not contain more significant figures. Say if mass of an object is 4.237 g, means grams, how many significant figures are there? 4. That is 4, 2, 3 and 7. And its volume is measured to 2.51 centimeter cube, which has been given in the data, tick marked. Now if we want to calculate its density, that is mass density, density equal to mass upon volume, and the simplification, exact simplification would lead to 1.688 and so on, gram upon centimeter cube, unit of density, up to 11 decimal places, 11 decimal places, which is quite absurd. Absurd means irrelevant, meaningless. So, what we consider in such cases? In the final result of calculation has to be shown with the precision of the input measured values, precision of the input measured values. Say we consider the rule for multiplication or division. In multiplication or division, in the final result, it should retain as many significant figures which are there in the original number, In short, with the least significant figures, you have to find out the number with least significant figures in the data. Say for example, density, the previous example which we considered, equal to mass upon volume, where we calculated the density up to 11 decimal places. Here simplified form is equal to 4.237 grams given in the data upon 2.51 centimeter cube, equal to 1.69, which is the gram upon centimeter cube, gram centimeter raised to -3, which is the final answer. Because we have to write the answer up to 3 significant figures. Why 3 significant figures? Because out of the two figures, out of the two digits given in the data, which are 4.237 grams and 2.51 centimeter cube, in those two numbers, 2.51 is the number containing least significant figures. Why? Because here the significant figures are 3 and in the numerator significant figures are 4. So 3 has to be written, 3 significant figures to be considered in the final answer, and hence the final answer with 3 significant figures is 1.69 gram centimeter raised to minus 3. Now next rule. In addition or subtraction, the final result should retain as many decimal places as are there in the number with the least decimal places. Here also final result should retain least decimal places. Least decimal places you have to consider in your mind. Say for example, numbers are given here: 436.32 gram, then 227.2 gram, 0.301 gram. 3 numbers are given. If you add those 3 numbers, you will get 663.82 grams. Now least precise measurement will be equal to 227.2 grams. Say in the data, out of those 3 numbers, the least precise value measurement is 227.2 gram. Only one decimal place. Only one decimal place. First one, how many decimal places? 2. That is 3 and 2 are the digits. Last data, 0.301. How many decimal places? 3. That is 3, 0 and 1 are the digits. So in the second data only, there is only one decimal place, and hence the final result should be written as 663.8 grams. 663.8. We have to eliminate 2. Similarly, for difference in length, example is given: 0.307 meter minus 0.304 meter, which is equal to 0.003 meter, equal to 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Here also 3 significant figures are there. Totally how many significant figures? 3. 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter, which is the scientific notation. 10 raised to power is not considered. It is irrelevant for counting significant figures, and 3 is the significant figure. So totally 3 significant figures. For addition and subtraction, the rule is in terms of decimal places. We have to remember decimal places. Now next rule is of rounding of the uncertain digits. Rounding of the uncertain digits. Say we consider number given here 2.746. 2.746. The last digit 6, which has been underlined, is rounded off to 3 significant figures, and hence it becomes 2.75. Why? Add 1 in 4. While if we consider the number 2.743, it would be up to 2 decimals, it would be 2.74, because 3 has to be eliminated because it is not greater than 5, it is less than 5. So the rule for rounding up is that the preceding digit is raised by 1 if the insignificant digit to be dropped is more than 5, and is left unchanged if it is less than 5, which we have seen previously in the data 2.743. 3 less than 5, so the previous digit 4 is left unchanged. Now what has to be done if there is digit 5 which is insignificant digit? Say for example 2.745, the number 5 has been underlined, which is insignificant. So if the preceding digit is even, here in this case it is even because it is 4, then the insignificant digit has to be dropped, means no change. The insignificant digit, that is 5, has to be dropped. And if it is odd, the preceding digit is raised by 1, means you have to add 1 in that number. Say for example, from this example it will be more clear instead of remembering the long sentences. Number is 2.745. Now 5, that is after decimal, the third place is insignificant, which has not to be considered. Now as there is 5, the previous digit 4 is even, so you have to cancel 5, of course, in both even and odd cases, and here 4 is even, so no change, and hence the number will remain as 2.74. Now suppose if the number is 2.735, here 5 digit is there which is insignificant, you have to eliminate 5, and the previous digit is 3 which is odd, so add 1 in this number which will become 2.74. So this is how, when the insignificant digit, that is 5, comes, then rules for odd even have to be applied for the preceding digit. Last one, in complex multi-step calculation, we should retain in intermediate steps one digit more than the significant digits, and round off to proper significant figures at the end. Only you have to round off at the end of the calculation, not in the intermediate step, not in the middle, and in the final answer only you should round off at the end of calculation. Say formula which we have already seen, capital T equal to 2 pi under root L upon G, which is the periodic time of the simple pendulum. Here value of pi equal to 3.1415926 and so on, which may have a large number of significant figures, but we take only 3.14 for pi, only 3.14, means we consider only a limited number of significant figures as required in specific cases. Generally 3.14 or sometimes 3.142. 3 and your 3.142 4 significant figures and 3.14 3 significant figures only, limited significant figures. Generally we take 3.14 for pi. Now again we consider illustration examples based on significant figures, which will be more clear. Example 2.13, 2.13, 2 marks. Each side of a cube is measured to be 7.203 meter. What are the total surface area and the volume of the cube to appropriate significant figures? We refer its solution. Here in the data 7.203 meter, the measured length. How many significant figures are there? 4 significant figures. So in the calculation, that is the final answer of surface area, total surface area and volume, we have to consider 4 significant figures in the answer. Say formula of surface area of the cube, capital A or S, you can write, equal to 6L square, which I have written the formula besides, not given here, you should write in the exam. And substituting the value of L, we get the simplified answer as 311.3 meter square. Meter square is the unit. So 311.3 total 4 significant figures. Previously the exact answer is 311.299 and so on. Now here 2, after decimal 2 digit is there, and after 2 9. We want to write the answer in terms of 4 significant figures only. So 1 digit you should write after decimal, and your rounding of rule has to be applied. 9 digit is there which is greater than 5, and 0.2. So after 9 again 9 is there, double 9. So on rounding up you can write 311.3 meter square, which is the final answer, because this will lead almost to 3, because there are double 9 as successive digits. Now volume of the cube, V equal to L cube. Formula I have written besides, which you should write in the exam. Substituting here again the value of L and taking the cube of that, which will be equal to 373.714754 meter, which is the exact value. Now after decimal here also 1 digit to be written for totally 4 significant figures. So now after 7 the digit is 1, which is less than 5. So on rounding up, we haven't to round up, and the digit 7 remains as 7 only. On rounding up, on rounding up the digit 7 remains as 7 only. You haven't to add up because 1 digit is less than 5. Hence V equal to 373.7 meter cube, which is the final answer. Now next example. Two point 14. 5.74 gram of a substance occupies 1.2 centimeter cube. Occupies 1.2 centimeter cube means it shows its volume, that much space it occupies. Express its density by keeping the significant figures in view. This can be asked for 1 or 2 marks. Now in 5.74, how many significant figures are there? This represents the mass of the substance. Total significant figures are 3, 5, 7 and 4. While in the second number, which is 1.2 volume, total significant figures are 2. Now 3 significant figures and 2 significant figures. So the volume value contains less significant figures, that is 2. Hence we should bring the answer of density and write it up to 2 significant figures only. This has to be born in your mind, understood in your mind. Description that much not necessary. Now density equal to mass upon volume, which you write it as the formula rho equal to, symbolically you can write it besides this formula not given here, which you have to write it in the exam. Rho equal to m upon v. V has to be capital, m to be written as small or capital. Again I repeat, rho equal to, rho stands for density, sometimes written as small d, generally rho, equal to capital M upon capital V or small m upon capital V. Here only one mass is there, you can write it equal to capital M upon capital V equal to 5.74 upon 1.2. If you simplify up to 2 significant digits figures, it will be equal to 4.8 gram per centimeter cube, which is the final answer. Now the last rule. Rules for determining the uncertainty in the results of arithmetic calculations. We see one by one. This has to be understood with the help of examples. Say length L equal to 16.2 plus minus 0.1 centimeter, which is equal to 16.2 centimeter plus minus 0.6 percentage. Here the value of length which is measured is expressed in terms of percentage error. Now how it becomes 0.6%? If you take up 0.1, which is the absolute error in the data, plus 0.1 upon divide by 16.2, which is the original value. On dividing 0.1 by 16.2, the simplified answer which you will get will be equal to 0.6 on rounding up the digits. The answer will be 0.6. Similarly, for breadth equal to B equal to 10.1 plus minus 0.1 centimeter equal to 10.1 centimeter plus minus 1%. How 1%? Because equal to 0.1 upon 10.1. On simplifying and rounding up, you get 1%. Now multiplication of L and B of above equal to 163.62 centimeter square plus minus 1.6%. Here how you get 1.6%? Simple multiplication, 16.2 into 10.1, which will be equal to 163.62. 0.62 because in the case of L there is one decimal place, and in the case of B also one decimal place, so totally two decimal places have to be written, that is 0.62. Plus minus 1.6% means here the absolute errors, percentage errors are added that is 1 in the case of breadth and 0.6 in the case of length. So 1 plus 0.6, which is equal to 1.6%, which has been tick marked, and this will be equal to 163.62 plus minus 2.6 centimeter square. 0.62 plus minus 2.6 centimeter square. So the final result will be written as LB equal to 164, because 0.6 greater than 5 and approximately it is rounded to the 3 digit, that is becomes 163 becomes 164, and in the case of 2.6 the approximation leads on rounding up to 2.6, so it leads to 3, hence equal to LB equal to 164 plus minus 3 centimeter square. How many significant figures are there? 3 significant figures. Why we have done all those things? Rounding up, because in the original number there are 3 significant figures. That is in the case of 16.2 as length and 10.1 as breadth. In both the cases the total significant figures are 3. So the answer of LB product has to be written in terms of 3 significant figures, which is 164, and 3 centimeter square is the uncertainty, that is error in estimating area of rectangular sheet. Next rule. Now this rule also we see with the help of examples, which will be clear more. Just a minute. Now here we consider this example: 12.9 gram minus 7.06 gram. If you subtract this, it will be 5.84 gram. The last digit is 4, but has to be written as 5.8 gram only. Why? Because you have to consider the smallest number of decimal places. Smallest number of decimal places in when the number is added or subtracted. That is the main thing to be taken into consideration. Here number is subtracted, so here also smallest number of decimal places. In the first digit, smallest decimal is 1, that is 9 digit, which I have encircled, and in the second number it is 0.06, so 2 decimals. So in the first one 9 digit as the decimal place, which is only 1. So here in the final answer you should retain only 1 decimal place, so it will be equal to 5.8 gram only. 0.8 has been encircled. Next rule. Here also we study the rule with the help of example only, which will be easier. See, the accuracy in measurement of mass 1.02 gram is plus minus 0.01 gram whereas another measurement 9.89 gram is accurate to plus minus 0.01 gram. In both the cases, plus minus 0.01 gram is the error which is same. First one, relative error, if we calculate and multiply by 100, you will get percentage error. So in 1.02 gram, as it is plus minus 0.01, so 0.01 upon 1.02, that is 0.01 divided by 1.02 into 100%, which will be equal to plus minus 1% on simplification and rounding up. Similarly, relative error in 9.89 gram will be equal to 0.01 upon 9.89. Suppose it would be, say, absolute error would be something else. Instead of 0.01, that is relative error, instead of 0.01 it would be 0.03 suppose, then you have to consider that digit. Here it is same 0.01 divided by 9.89 into 100%, which leads to plus minus 0.1%. Now what is seen in this? What we observe? Say in the first case 1.02, totally 3 significant figures are there, and in the next, that is 9.89 grams, there are also 3 significant figures. So in intermediate results in multi-step computation, we should calculate one more significant figure in every measurement. In multi-step computation, one more significant figure in every measurement than the number of digits in the least precise measurement. We should consider one more significant figure. This will be clear from this example. Say we consider 9.58, which is the digit given here. Now 9.58 reciprocal, if you consider, you will get 0.104. Here significant figures are 3. We are not considering the one more significant figure while taking the reciprocal, that is 1 upon 9.58. Then if we take the answer as 0.104 and again we take 1 upon 0.104, it will lead to 9.62, which won't match exactly with our number 9.58. Hence, if we retain one more significant figure in the intermediate step, that is, if we divide 1 upon 9.58, which is equal to 0.104 taken previously, another digit also as 4 which is recurring, you should consider, and then if you consider one more significant figure, that is 0.1044, one more than the previous case, then if you take 1 upon 0.1044, it will give exactly 9.58. Hence, this example justifies the idea to retain one more extra digit. In short, you have to retain one more extra digit in the case of complex multi-step calculations. In the case of complex multi-step calculations, we should retain one more extra digit. Okay, And that's all for today.